My name is Kennedy Womble, and I often find myself comparing my life to a child's finger painting. It seems messy and without direction, but it's fun and bright nonetheless. Elizabeth Gilbert once said, "Embrace the glorious mess that you are," and I try to live by this quote every day. My life is oftentimes chaotic and scrambled because I have a hard time balancing my extracurricular activities and my schoolwork with my home life. For example, my friends and I have very conflicting schedules. Some of us are in band or basketball, or some of us have duties to clubs such as FBLA or FCCLA. This can make things confusing, but we always make time for each other. I can remember one night during football season, after a game, when we all loaded up in our cars and drove half an hour to the nearest Denny's to celebrate senior night. It was spontaneous and there wasn't a lot of planning involved, but it was fun, and I think we all had a great time. For these same reasons, it's also very important to me that I spend time with my family. My brother shows hogs, and I've had to cancel plans with a friend on more than one occasion so I could watch his shows. Specifically, I knew that I would not be able to see his state show in Little Rock, so I remember canceling with a friend to watch one of his closer to home shows. I knew it was important to him, so it was important to me. My life is also like a child's finger painting in the way that sometimes it seems like maybe the colors clash or the picture isn't clear at first, but you can always make it out in the end. In this way, I'm often faced with new experiences that might be upsetting or I might not understand them at first, but they usually lead to positive outcomes. About a year ago, a good friend of mine found out she was going to have to move 5 hours away across the state. Of course, it was upsetting at first, and it was difficult for all of us. I knew that she was particularly upset because she had put so much work into being our school's mascot, and no one was going to step up and take up the mantle of Big Al. I didn't want her to have to leave on such a bitter note, so I volunteered to take it up. It was very stressful, and it was a lot more work than I initially thought it would be, but now I love being the mascot. I never would have given it a shot if it hadn't been for her, and so in a way, I'm thankful for it. So, I often find myself comparing my life to a child's finger painting because though the colors might clash and the overall picture might not be clear at first, I know that my life is beautiful, bright, and confusing at times, but all its own.